Welcome to the Great Detectives of Old Time Radio. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham. In a moment, we're going to bring you this week's episode of Charlie Chan. But first, I do want to encourage you, if you're enjoying the podcast, to follow us using your favorite podcast software. And I also want to let you know about our other podcast. And this week, we are highlighting public domain video theater. Summer, we're taking a break from our TV shows to bring you some longer public domain movies. And this month, we will actually be bringing you a Charlie Chan film. You can check out public domain video theater at videotheater.greatdetectives.net, our YouTube channel, or also on Spotify, where we post episodes from our back catalog to get those all over to Spotify for your viewing pleasure. Now it's time for episodes 20 and 21, The Heir and More Accusations.
The most delightfully fascinating character in the realms of mystery, Charlie Chan. Charlie Chan had originally come to Pineview to trace Dudley Ward's missing son, whom Ward had believed had been born to Landini, the noted opera singer, after her separation from him. Landini is murdered, as is Dr. Swan, a suspect in her murder. Charlie Chan has journeyed to Reno to interview Miss Meacher, Landini's secretary. There he learns that Ward and Landini had a son, but that he had been killed 3 years previously. The mission for which he had come had been fulfilled, but he remains at Pineview to bring to justice the murderer. The mixed cigarette box lid, the pink scarf in the dead woman's hands, evidences of poor eyesight stay uppermost in his mind as clues as he walks into the study dimly lighted by the fast-dying twilight.
Well, Inspector Chan, back earlier than I thought you'd be.
Welcome back to Pineview, Inspector.
It's beaten. Did not see you in the twilight.
And it is a gorgeous time. Don, we were sitting watching it. We haven't spoken for half an hour, I believe.
Fortunate are they whose understanding of each other requires not the spoken word to convey their thoughts.
Well, did you learn anything, Inspector? I spoke to Dad over the phone, but he wouldn't give out much.
Perhaps I'd better go. There may be.
Indeed, no, Miss Beaton. Please, sit where you are. Before I report on my progress, Sheriff, did you learn anything in my absence?
I did, Inspector. I kind of hate to tell you, but I learned that Ah Sing wears glasses.
Indeed, that is strange. I became acquainted with the same fact while in Reno, accidentally. Mr. Ward left Ah Sing's glasses at opticians to be fixed. I picked up same and have them here for Ah Sing. Tell me, Sheriff, how did you learn?
Ryder mentioned it.
Casually or making definite points of seeing that you knew?
Well, that's hard to say. I haven't that gift for telling from people's features just what their thoughts are. In fact, I'm not much help. I'm like Like an aunt beside you.
Do not disparage yourself so. You are, as my cousin, Willie Chan, baseball player, would say, on home ground. I am only stranger passing through, and it has been well said that the traveling dragon cannot crush the local snake. Do not believe, however, that I consider myself dragon. I lack, I fear, the figure.
And you don't breathe much fire, Inspector. You're much too kindly to be a dragon.
Alas, I fear I have poor reputation for policemen. But to continue, about Ah Sing's glasses.
Well, Miss Leslie was with me when Ryder asked if Mr. Ward had remembered to take Ah Sing's glasses to be fixed.
Then it could be construed as a definite attempt to indicate to us, that is on part of Mr. Ryder, that Ah Sing has poor eyesight?
Yes, I guess it could. Come in.
You speak of me, Mr. Chan. You like to speak of me in study.
Yes, Ah Sing. I brought your glasses back with me from Reno.
I think, thank you very much. Without glasses, no kind of lead. Anything else can do all right, but the lead all the same English paper and an English book. Suppose not to go glasses, no can do.
So, Ah Sing, you read English?
So, me lead English. Mr. Ryder, when he little boy go school, he teach me lead English.
Another clue goes up in smoke, eh, Inspector?
So it would seem, Sheriff. But who can tell? Smoke can indicate where fire is, even if the observer is far off, and dead ashes tell where the fire has been.
Oh, the glasses is number one to fix them. Oh, thank you, Mr. Chan. You like to ask any more questions?
I think not, Ah Sing. Good night.
I go make some chocolate, some nightcap. You come downstairs, huh?
Very good, Ah Sing.
Somebody singing.
My brother, Heir.
Come, we shall go downstairs quietly, so as not to disturb. Sheriff, we shall combine business with pleasure.
Within the dark, and I'll not ask for wine. The first that from the fold of pride doth ask a drink divine. But might I of Jove's nectar see, I would not change or
Excellent! Bravo! You have a truly excellent voice.
Do you think so?
You lack, what is it called, the confidence. You lack courage. What you need is, what do you call it, the push, the proper management.
Then our judgment was not influenced by family pride.
Oh, no, indeed. Who have arranged your concept?
The Adolphe musical bureau, mostly.
Adolphe, what does he know? A businessman with the soul of a herring. I, Louis Romano, I could manage you. I could make of you a huge success. Do I know what you call the game, senor? I invented it. From one end of the country to the other, I will make you famous. In Europe, too. For salary, of course.
But I have no money.
But you forget. You inherit Landini's money, and there is a plenty. I know, plenty, though it is a tie-up in real estate. A house in Washington Square, an apartment building on Park Avenue, a villa at the Magnolia.
I don't want it.
Oh, but you should leap at the chance. I tell you, you lack confidence. A voice like yours, I would exploit it. For salary, I would assist gladly.
I gave a concert in New York. Reviews weren't very good.
Reviews? Bah! Critics, they are sheep. They never lead, they follow. New York. What is New York? Or London, Paris, Milan? But you must place yourself in my hands. You must believe in yourself. I tell you, you can sing. What do you think, Mr. Chan?
To me, it sounded most beautiful.
Ah, you see? What have I said? A layman, an outsider, one who knows a little of music, even he says so. There, you will believe me, Louis Romano, conductor opera, impresario, born with the music in the soul. I tell you, with Landini's money...
But I won't take Landini's money.
Do not worry, Mr. Beaton. You will not be called upon to take it. It was not left to you.
Oh, I'm so glad.
And it's worried me ever since.
Then Landini's will, it was never signed? It was not signed.
It was not signed.
I am so sorry, Mr. Beatman. I will not be able to accept the position you have so kindly offered me. I will be otherwise engaged. Oh, but I repeat it, you have a wonderful voice. You needed a confidence. Mr. Chen, if Landini die, what do you call interstate, her property is left to
her son, perhaps.
You mean she had a son?
You yourself said so?
No, Oh, no. I had no real knowledge on the point. I was
lying?
I was a desperate. I explained that. Any chance that offered. Have you ever suffered? Have you ever been hungry, Mr. Chan?
You are telling the truth, Romano, unconsciously. Landini had a son.
Oh.
But he died 3 years ago.
Poor Landini. That was just before our marriage. I would not know.
So I am of opinion that her property is yours, Romano.
Again, thank heaven for that. I'm going upstairs. Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Landini. She would never listen to me. Time after time, I tell her you must cease to procrastinate. You must not forever put things off. I tell her, you say you do this, you say you do that, but you never do. Always put off. Where will it finish? It have a finish in fortune for me. You would not listen to me, and so it comes. A fortune for me!
Yes, Romano. Landini's murder meant a fortune to you.
Oh, no. You think I kill her? Santa Madonna! Do not think of that. I love her. She was dear to me. Oh, I adore that glorious voice. Oh, you do not think that I, Louis Romano, would silence that?
For the present, I do not think at all. I say for the present, good night.
Did you ever think, Inspector, that Swan might have killed Landini, then Swan in turn might have been killed by Ireland?
That is indeed untraveled avenue of thought. Your reason, Sheriff?
Not mine alone, Inspector. Leslie.
So be it. No man ever yet lost anything by redistribution of credits awarded him.
Well, it was no secret that Ireland hated Swan. Now, Swan was blackmailing Landini because he had found out about Landini and Ward's son. Isn't it possible that Landini had tired of paying Swan, and in order to remove his power over, she decided to tell Ward?
So far, your reasoning is perfectly sound. But what prevented Landini from telling Ward?
Her death. Swan was mad at her when he found out that she was going to tell Ward, so Swan killed her.
But that would end his blackmailing scheme?
But not if he told Ward that he knew about the son and would only tell Ward of the boy's whereabouts for a price.
Then where does Mr. Ireland fit into the mosaic?
Ireland merely avenged Landini by killing her murderer.
You have very cleverly constructed a feasible and reasonable chain of events. But, my dear Sheriff, you are overlooking certain undeniable facts.
Yeah?
The fact, Sheriff, that the same gun was used to commit both murders. You must, in your calculations, include a reasonable surmise as to how Ireland possessed himself of Swan's gun, or whatever gun Swan used to kill Madame Landini.
Well, Ireland could have taken it from Swan's room.
No, Sheriff. Now you are guessing. You are not reasoning.
Yeah, I know.
You see, Sheriff, when one raises that point about the gun, one raises many more points. Let us assume for a moment that Ireland did possess himself of Swan's gun. Next move on Ireland's part would be to get Swan to meet him at unoccupied house. Would Swan go without gun if he possessed one? I think not. Most certainly not to meet Mr. Ireland, who had exposed him as blackmailer.
Yeah, you're right, Inspector. Guess I'm not so hot at figuring these things out.
One moment, please, before this verbal self-reproof reaches to voluminous proportions. I think that your theory is, shall we say, about 75% correct.
What? You really mean that, Inspector?
But yes, my young friend, I'm not given to saying such things merely for pleasure of distributing useless praise.
Then what part is right and what is wrong?
Alas, Sheriff, that I cannot answer. But I will say this to you. Your theory as to why murder was committed is most probably correct. And that is the longest stride yet made in the series of deductions. But, Sheriff, I think in your deliberations you place mantle of deception upon wrong person.
Now, go on, I'm listening.
Swan was killed, as we originally thought, by person who committed murder upon Madame Landini, because Swan had seen that murder committed. Now we come to motive, which we have sought with so little success.
Yeah?
Murderer killed Madame Landini because, Sheriff, Madame Landini had disclosed facts that she had sons.
But how and who to?
You and I, Sheriff, did much questioning about the destroyed letter found in fireplace.
The letter addressed to John Ryder.
The same. That letter undoubtedly, at least I hope, undoubtedly contained information about son, but...
But you mean we don't know that it said the boy, the son, was Ward's son?
That is possibility with which we must reckon. But, youthful friend and associate, we have advanced. We have advanced far. Well has it been said, when mud in disturbed waters settles at bottom of pool, clear water will result, and object of search will be discernible to searchers.
Come in.
Oh, no, look at here, Mr. Chan. Here. He come back.
Key to unoccupied house where we found Dr. Swan?
Oh, no, sure. And this is all the same key. Me go just now look see key for cellar, and this is one before no stay stop. Now he all the same as stay stop.
Well, can you beat that?
I note that you carry key by piece of string. Is that on purpose, I think?
Oh, sure. Me all the same, and number one, a very smart policeman. You lazy plenty noise about me touch a cigarette box. This is time me no touch a key.
Then I think there may be fingerprints. Quickly, please, Sheriff. Lamp black, camel's hair, brush, same lying on writing desk.
I'm getting them now. Here they are.
Thank you so much.
Yes?
It's Leslie.
Oh, come in.
What have you found? Why, the very air is electric with anticipation, suspense.
Suspense can now be broken.
Yes?
We receive confirmation that person who used this key is person who killed Landini.
Mm-hmm.
But that is all. There are no fingerprints. Key has been wiped clean.
Oh, no fingerprints? Oh, too bad. Oh, I suppose more better me go back to kitchen. Huh?
Yes, Sing. Perhaps. And, Ah Sing?
Yeah, what you like?
You may take this key back. It is of no use to us now.
Doggone. What a jolt that was. I thought we had the solution.
Most humbly admit to feeling of extreme disappointment myself. Foolish after these many years to let one more disappointment weigh heavily upon the shoulders. But sit down, please. Business of pursuit of criminal is like game of chess. Opponent does not outwit and defeat. Defeat comes through own stupidity.
What are you staring at, Mr. Chen?
At closed doors through which Ah Sing has, only this moment past, made such dramatic exit. Was he laughing at Charlie Chan? Did he know only too well that fingerprints had been removed from keys? Does Ah Sing, despite his years in this country, still retain that inscrutability which is born of the centuries? While I cannot throw off the garb of modern civilization which now hampers and enfolds me, when now most earnestly I would be myself. But enough, this is not work. We shall question Mr. Ryder. I am not satisfied. That destroyed letter addressed to John Ryder, it is with me always. I cannot forget it.
Do you wish me to go?
Perhaps, yes. I think it better that you both go. This meeting will embarrass Mr. Ryder. It concerns his honeymoon. It would not be fair, I think, to question him before you.
Come on then, Leslie. We'll take a walk.
All right.
I want to do a little investigating around the garage.
Ah, Mr. Ryder's in his room. Mr. Ryder, can I prevail upon you to come to study for one moment, please?
Yes? Is this an official investigation, Chan? I see the sheriff has just accompanied Miss Beaton.
It is official, Mr. Ryder. Alas, he who acts for the Emperor is the Emperor, and he who acts for sheriff is the sheriff.
Even if he's a Chinaman?
Mr. Ryder, hot anger burns within me. Many persons, because of ignorance, would call one of my countrymen Chinaman. In ignorance, that is not to insult. But you, Mr. Ryder, resident many years in San Francisco, know and have not excuse of ignorance. You spoke but to hurt. I expect from man of your standing in community assistance in tracking down brutal murderer. If I cannot have same willingly, then I shall be regrettably compelled to call upon full weight of legal authority.
What do you want to know about?
On honeymoon with Ellen Landini, you went to Mountain Cabin.
Have you been prying into my personal affairs? Ye gods, what a profession yours is.
Of my profession, I am proud, Mr. Ryder. I have not been, as you say, prying. The question I ask is precipitated by this newspaper clipping from Madame Landini's scrapbook.
Oh, yes, she would keep something like that. Just another scalp to her, that was all.
During those many weeks, no mention was made of son born to Landini, of which Mr. Ward, first husband, would be father.
I've told you before, Chan, I knew nothing about any son.
But you see, Mr. Ryder, you have lied before. Why should I believe you now?
Now listen, Chan, I'll stand for a lot, but I'm not going...
Please, Mr. Ryder, do not forget that when proper time arrives and case comes to trial, that which I have called lying becomes perjury. Very serious offense.
Seeing that you know so much, then, about which particular thing am I lying?
Mr. Ryder, I have reason to believe that.
Yes?
That you think you know who is murderer of Madame Landini.
Will Charlie Chan's blunt accusation force the taciturn Ryder to admit something he has withheld? And what of Ah Sing? Did he know more of that key than he disclosed? After you've heard from your sponsor, Inspector Chan will be with us again. Well, Inspector Chan, what little philosophical thought can you leave with us tonight?
Persons are eternally asking, what is most precious thing in the world? Many years ago, famous Mandarin was asked same. He replied, family reputation for integrity, which is benevolent shadow under which descendants live, is most precious family possession. For same requires loyalty, truthfulness, and strict adherence to the highest ideals.
Thank you, Mr. Chan.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. It is a gratifying privilege.
Welcome back. Some interesting interactions here and a nice little bit of singing, which is something typical you'd see in movies of the era. Whether it was a comedy or a mystery or western, it was not at all rare for the film to take a couple breaks from the action and the story to have one of the characters sing. Occasionally, it would be someone who was in the film to sing, but couldn't act, but not really a problem here. We don't really get these in mystery programs, but it's kind of appropriate we got it here because, as I said, this feels like a long-form 1930s movie. And Drink to Me Only with Thine Eyes it was actually one of those just great standards. It's a classy, beautiful song with lyrics written by Ben Jonson in the 17th century, and the arrangement here is from the early 19th century. This also makes it a great song to feature both in film and on radio, as you don't have to pay for any musical rights, which might explain its popularity during this era. I will be annoyed if YouTube dings this episode for the song anyway. Now, as to the three suspects we interacted with here, Romano, I just don't know. Yeah, he could be acting, and it's hard to buy his. But I really loved her when he seems a bit giddy about getting her money, or I guess real estate he can convert into money. But it does come down to a question of whether he really knew the will hadn't been signed. As for Ah Sing, I always feel like when it comes to pointing out potential evidence against him, it's just the thinnest of thin gruel. Did he wipe the key before bringing it to Chan to protect himself? Or, if he didn't kill Landini, the actual murderer? Maybe, but there, again, we get back to the lack of motive, and it seems the only way you get to him as a plausible suspect is by just drawing the most sinister inference from everything he does. With Ryder, I'm beginning to think he looks so suspicious because he's just one of those really unpleasant and difficult people who makes everything just unpleasant, and that he actually did anything. And I suspect this is what Chan thinks, or at least he wants Ryder to think. Chan calling Ryder out on the racial slur is an interesting moment. It's not something that you see or hear happening too often during this era, but it is something that did come from the book. Although in the book, Chan doesn't actually call Ryder out. He just quietly thinks about it, and then his attitude becomes less amiable. But there's just not an effective way to show that somebody was offended over audio. You can kind of hint at it when you're in a visual medium by the way the character acts, or by music, or lighting, or something like that. But I think the only way you get it in an audio drama is just to flat out say it. So that's what they went with. The question is, if Ryder is shielding the murderer, why? He doesn't seem like the type of person who would really go out of his way to help anybody. Maybe we'll find out more about that next week. Now we turn to listener comments and feedback regarding Charlie Chan. Amanda says, I'm very much enjoying this series, thank you. And then another listener writes, well, now I've gotten used to whoever this actor is as Charlie Chan, I don't miss Warner Oland as much. Well, thanks so much. Walter Connolly certainly doing a good job putting his own spin on the character. Well, now it is time to thank our Patreon supporter of the day, and I want to go ahead and thank John, Patreon supporter since September 2016, currently supporting the podcast at the Shamus level of $4 or more per month. Thanks so much for your support, John, and that will do it for today. We will be back next Tuesday with the next installment of Charlie Chan, and of course on Thursday we will be kicking off our presentation of the Moonstone. But join us back here tomorrow for Broadway's My Beat, where...
Sherwood! Henry Sherwood! Hey! Sure name Sherwood?
Who are you?
Police. You Henry Sherwood?
Police? Say, what is this?
You're registered at the Olympian Hotel, room 312?
Yes, I am.
Who's Eddie Donald?
Eddie Donald? What's he got to do with the police?
We're looking for him. What's he got to do with you?
I lent him my suite while I was in Cleveland. I called him and told him he could live like a king in my suite for the week I was away. He acquiesced.
All right. Where does Eddie Donald usually live?
In a hotel. On West 59th. Let me think of just where...
You do that, Mr. Sherwood, on the way down to headquarters.
I hope you'll be with us then. In the meantime, send your comments to box13@greatdetectives.net. Follow us on Twitter at Radio Detectives and check us out on Instagram, instagram.com/greatdetectives. From Boise, Idaho, this is your host, Adam Graham, signing off.